sent to Uganda. Every pair of shoes is $10. So if you want to make a donation, other than your time, that pays the guy that was carving out the rubber and the other guy that was sewing it together, and then the shipping. This is Uganda, you know.
Yeah.
This is not, I'm shipping it up to Dallas, Texas. This is Uganda. So anyway, that's where the $10 goes to, because I've heard, you know, somebody go, $10 for one pair of shoes? I said, hey, we've got people that now have jobs in Uganda because we're sending this over to them. So just think that you're helping. We're showing love. You know, that's what we're doing. So,
Bettina, turn around.
About an hour. When Mary Lou called me, I was heading toward the car.
Asher and Drew Collier that left everything here in America because she saw a video. It really spoke to her heart. What they've done is go to Uganda. There is a problem in Uganda that the kids run around with no shoes, as you can imagine in Africa. Sand chiggers are in the ground, and those sand chiggers bore up into their feet and lay thousands and thousands of eggs in them. And when they do that, they come out with this all over them. Those children are now cursed, they think, because of the sins of their father, and they'll set them outside the village to die. So as Gary Young, because I'm with Young Living Essential Oils, Young Living Foundation, because we get oils from all around the world, from trees and, you know, different things. In his travels, he saw this couple, and he said, we're going to partner with you. So every time someone buys oils, they can give to the Young Living Foundation, and, you know, we're going to give a portion of that to you. They also do mosquito nets for the children in Uganda, and they've also built a school. So, I'm going to see. That maybe we So.
Can you get louder?
I know, that's what I was trying to get.
If you have one, they're really not a big deal. They're painful. I've had one before, and I can speak to it. They're painful, they itch, they make your foot feel like you stubbed your toe really bad, and you have a mosquito bite on top of it, and then just to remove it is really painful.
Yeah, I've told several people because I kind of like to look at their reaction when I tell them.
You don't even hear that?
No. I can.
So these are the guys making the shoes. We're sending them to these people.
It's a sand flea. It's not a jigger.
The sand flea burrows into your skin, and then after a while you start to see a little bit of like a blister, and that's the egg sac, and it carries thousands of eggs, and they're deposited out into the ground.
Everybody that's around can potentially pick it up. Where the problem lies is they don't just get them out right away. It's when they leave them and start to get 10, 20, 30. We've had up to a person with almost 2,000 fingers in his whole body, and that's where it really starts to become a big problem with secondary things like gangrene and tetanus. Bloodborne pathogens like HIV are also a big concern.
We talked to some doctors. It's medically called tangiasis, and there is a little bit known about the problem, but really not much.
There's just a lot of misinformation around the problem with jiggers. A lot of people think it's witchcraft or a curse. They think that this child has jiggers because his father sinned in some way.
Basically what we do on the ground here, this is a place where we bring kids with severe cases, people whom we cannot treat back in communities, like people who have worse cases, and it can take you more than a day to 2 days working on them. So we get them from the communities and we bring them on the ground. They'll be on medicine. Sometimes it takes a month, sometimes it takes 2 months, depends how their cases are.
Maybe it's because the child is an orphan, or for a disabled person, literally because they can't. Usually for an elderly person, they know that they have them, and when their eyes are so bad and they can't see, you know, they really need assistance.
A big part of what we're doing is education. To tell them that it's just a parasite. It can affect anyone. This is our current schoolroom. This is where Matthew teaches every morning hygiene, the myths about jiggers and how to prevent them, and also just general subjects. Shoes are all very important piece of that because it's a tool that if we can tell the children wear your shoes as often as you can, your feet will become tags are removed. And then they go to shoes, get a new pair of shoes, which a lot of them don't have or have never had a new pair of shoes. And then they get education. So this is his footnotes. His name's Livingston. Livingston, how are you? He's 4 years old, and his sister is his caretaker.
Mm.
Okay.
So whenever we bring back people who have been treated, to make sure that their houses are ticker-free by spring.
We give them soap, a pencil, soft pins, brushes for scrubbing their feet, and also trying to educate the other family members how to become jigger-free.
So many success stories where we've sent families back and now the aunties or the uncles or the mom or dad or grandparents are caring for these children and they do stay jigger free.
You know, when you look at the problem as a whole, it's really easy to just get overwhelmed by the massive implications of it. And just think there's no way we can ever affect this whole problem. And so my phrase for that is that we just have to look for the next 2 feet.
Y'all are one part of that puzzle, because this is going to go now off to a youth group on a Wednesday night, church night. They'll cut. I've got 2 other times set up over at Just Beat It. She's got a place in the back where they, do the beads for, they're down from Quilts and Quotes. So if we can get these to these ladies where all they've got to do is just cut, because she has spent time getting the top cut off, and then you have to get it opened up. So now all I'm worried about at this juncture is what she's already done and then patterning it. Then I'm going to get cutters to actually cut it, and then we're all kind of working with that together. Then I bag up 10 to, when it actually gets finished, this is what it looks like, because there's 2 little plastic parts that I'll take care of that. And we pin it all together. We put 10 to a gallon bag, and then any donations that come in, we put that in another bag, and that gets shipped to a place in probably somewhere over on the East Coast, and then they get every pair of shoes is $10. So if you want to make a donation, other than your time, that pays the guy that was carving out the rubber, and the other guy that was sewing it together, and then the shipping. This is Uganda. This is not, I'm shipping it up to Dallas, Texas. This is Uganda. So, anyway, that's where the $10 goes to, because I've heard, somebody go, $10 for one pair of shoes? I said, hey, we've got people that now have jobs in Uganda because we're sending this over to them. So just think that you're helping, we're showing love, that's what we're doing.
I went to go see
Bettina,
the
turn
chiropractor
around.
about an hour. When Mary Lou called me, I was heading toward the chiropractor.